What is it like being a Jamaican in Suriname? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, founder of Jamaicans.com. And today in Jamaicans to the World, I talk to Donieve and Renee, Jamaicans who are living in Suriname. Welcome, Donieve, and welcome, Renee.
Thank,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Xavier. Thanks for having us.
Donieve, tell me which part of Jamaica you're from.
I'm from Clarendon, born and grew in Clarendon.
Boy, I have a whole heap of Clarendon people on this show.
Wow, that's nice.
We're in
Wonder
Clarendon.
why.
From the Upper Hills in the Jamesdale Fairburn area.
Okay. Renee, which part of Jamaica are you from?
From Kingston, actually, born in Kingston, but then I moved to Clarendon, Freetown, a few years later.
Oh, I tell you, my family, my mom's side is from Clarendon, so it's like Clarendon,
Nice.
Clarendon, Clarendon. Donieve, which school you representing?
I'm representing Claude McKay High.
All right.
Yeah.
And Renee?
Campion College.
Okay, Campionite.
Yeah.
You were down the road from me. I was Jamaica College, so I used to, yes.
Not your fault.
So tell us the story, starting with you, Donieve. How did you get to Suriname?
Okay. I met my fiance while I was living in Curacao, and we lived there a few years, and then we decided to move to Suriname. So that's how I get here, true love.
All right, Renee, how did you get there?
I think it's the same story almost. I met my husband in Jamaica, and then we moved here. Well, I moved here a few years later. So I've been here for 5 years.
So the husband is from Suriname.
He is Surinamese, yeah.
Okay. And again, Donieve, I don't want to get into your business, but the fiance was from Curacao, you say?
No, we met in Curacao. He's also from Suriname.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
So I see a trend there.
Slide.
Yeah.
The Suriname. Okay, let me make sure I get it right. Surinamese, is that the term?
Yes.
Surinamese. Yes.
Yes.
The men, they like Jamaican women.
Very much.
They do.
Yeah.
So, all right, I know you're all married and fiance married. And I know for some men, like Jamaican men, they will joke and say, "You're married." A lady say you're married, and them say, "Boy, that's your business, right?" Them still a try pick you up, right? Is the men there that bold too?
Not that I've seen.
They will talk, but not serious.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about the people there in Suriname. Renee, you could start off.
All right, so the people, one thing about Suriname though is really diverse. That's the first thing that kind of surprised me when I moved here. Coming from some place that's predominantly Christian and Black to somewhere that it's very, you have indigenous people, you have Amerindians, you have East Indian, you have Javanese, and you have Maroons and Creoles. So it's very diverse, and it's just a beautiful mix of different cultures and experiences.
Okay. What's been your experience, Donieve?
Oh, I find them to be very friendly. Always want to share with you their cuisine, their culture. So those things, I really like those things about them. They're always willing to share with you their food, and they have good food.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about food in a minute, but you all
Okay.
mentioned diverse maroons.
Yeah.
Is the maroons there different from the maroons in Jamaica? And you also mentioned, there is some indigenous people. Tell us a little bit about your experiences with them. And first question was the maroon.
So my husband is Maroon, and I didn't really know what that meant until I came here. It's quite different. The culture here, traditions are really, really strong. I've had to adjust to accommodate certain aspects of the culture and the traditions. So it's quite a bit different from Jamaica.
I'm sorry, Donieve, but I want to dig in a little bit more with
I
Renee.
saw that was me.
It's also a maroon. Yeah, it's also a maroon. So me and Renee, we have to adjust to a lot of things.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Oh,
also
okay. So the question can go to both. So what is it? What does the term maroon mean there? Is it direct descendants of a specific tribe, or what does it mean? How different is it from Jamaica?
the Maroons are really the black people in Suriname because you have the Creole people, but those are the people I think living in town.
And mixed.
So the Maroons are really the black people in Suriname with I think from the African descent because they have a lot in common.
In
Okay.
addition to that, there's also different tribes, as you mentioned. So you have what I can say the names right now. You have Orkans, you have Saramacans. So there are different types
Yes.
of tribes.
Of, of,
And they're
of, of
also,
Maroon, yeah.
yeah, they're Maroons, and they also have their own different cultures and different
And language.
languages that they do. And language, yes, thanks.
And language.
This is very interesting
Oh yes.
because it's almost like we're going back to the motherland, and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
passed down all the way from when they were taken from the motherland. These languages passed down.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's also
Yeah.
some blends. They're mixed with some of the languages, of course, just like Jamaica with Patois and other languages. It's mixed.
Yes. But standard language and Sarnang Tongu, that's how they say the local language in Suriname, Sarnang Tongu. So everybody speak that, but the Creole, you have Saramacans, Paramacans, so they speak a slightly different language.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
26 or 28 different languages here.
Yes, they have a lot of different language because
Dutch
every
is the-
native speak a different language.
But Dutch is the main language, of course.
Okay, that's the official language.
Yes.
Well, I think they're all kind of official, but official language, yes, is Dutch.
Is
But they
Dutch.
recognize all 26 or 28 languages.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there. Do they teach in any other languages apart from Dutch?
I think in the primary stage at about grade 4 or so, they may give you a few sentences in Sarnang Tongu to translate to Dutch.
Okay.
Yes.
So the Saraman, sorry, I'm going to mess it up, but
Me too.
Sarnang Tongu.
is that like the language at home?
Yes, Sarnang Tongu. That's what everybody speak. Taki Taki. That's what you find local in town would speak or so. Mostly, if you're going to do business at the time, you really use Dutch and you're gonna do everything in Dutch. But like if we meet in town and we're talking like my friends, we're gonna talk Sarnang Tongu. That's the local language of Suriname.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to get back to languages, but I want to dig in a little bit more. You're saying Maroons, and then the Maroons have different tribes or different, so Donieve, is your fiance from a different tribe than Renee's husband?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But they're both Maroons.
Yes.
And customs. What are some of the customs that they brought down? I mean, it sounds like there's some interesting ones.
Yes. They have a lot of interesting one. For
So
weddings,
different
they do
tribes now.
different-
So Donieve, you may have one from that tribe that you're familiar with. And Renee, you may have one from the tribe. So give me one each.
Okay, we'll try.
Okay, I know for weddings they have different things that they do, and when someone died, they have different things that they do. So those
Okay.
things I still do. So I think they are passing on tradition.
All right. Renee.
So she stole my example, but yes. So with my husband, actually, his mom is from one tribe, Saramacans, and his dad is from another. So that's also quite a bit different. But one thing that I've seen, I have a daughter here. She's 5'4" now, and when she was born, it was also how they welcomed her into the family. It's a cultural thing, but I didn't expect it. So they had music, they had drums, they said prayers, they did traditional dances to welcome her into the family. And I was just sitting there looking like, okay, that's very interesting.
So the question I have for you is this, Renee.
Mhm.
When you got married, right? Did you get that type of welcome, or you were looking and saying, "Man, I wish I didn't get that."
think a mix of both, but on the plus side, when I at the end of my wedding, I think the following day or two, we went to actually visit the one of the tribes where his dad is from. We went there with my family that came to the wedding. We went there to see everything. So it was like you're looking in a history book. So we saw the houses, how they built them as Africans. We saw the what the clothes that they wear with just the lower half covered. We saw the like the cancan tree, like the Obia man, what we would call him Obia man, but we saw him and we got a blessing from him as well. So it was interesting.
Wow. I am so intrigued by this. I could go on and dig
Come
so
visit.
It's a lot, yeah.
but never knew this. Oh my gosh, this is
Mhm.
all right. The final one on this topic before I move on is, do the tribes know what tribes or people they're from in Africa, or what they're closely related to? I figure, somebody must be curious and say, man, this kind of seems similar to what they do here in this region in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They can trace it back. So I
Yeah.
think I don't remember exactly where, but from my in-laws, the dad's side, they're from a specific place in Ghana that they've actually visited and spoken to the chief and all that there. And it's similar customs, similar traditions, similar foods that they use here in that tribe.
Wow. And Donieve, any same thing. Ghana is what you're hearing from your folks there too.
I'm not sure to be exact, but
Okay.
I know the traditional Africa dressing. That's how they're clothed here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, again, I'm so amazed and intrigued by this topic. I could go on. We'll do this offline.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Uh, so I'm going to move on to food.
Mhm.
If What's the food like first, and then if there was one dish that you would recommend to a Jamaican traveling there, what would that dish be? I'm going to start with you, Donieve.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all the natives here have their special food, and because I'm a food lover, so I'm willing to taste most of their dishes. But if you have to come to Suriname, I would advise you to try the Javans cuisine. Their food is top.
It's just
Yeah,
some something.
Top.
top, top.
So, what
Yeah.
is there a dish that you'd recommend?
Uh, the yellow rice with dawat
With
and
what?
your dawat.
Okay,
That is
what?
a drink that is made from citron grass or lemongrass with
Okay.
with coconut milk
Mm-hmm.
and sugar to sweeten if you're using sugar. But it has this taste that it will carry away. I just love it. Yes, and you'll get yellow rice uh a big chicken, and the vegetable would be can't come up on all it is right now, but the vegetable is with cabbage and string bean, and then they're gonna make a peanut sauce, and
Mm.
you're gonna get a little bit on that, and that is the whole thing that bring all the taste in the vegetable.
Okay.
It's something you'll bite your finger for it.
Peanut sauce on
Yeah.
vegetable.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
That's
hmm,
very interesting.
yeah, yeah.
Ren, Renee, what's your thoughts on the food, and what would you recommend?
Yeah, so the food, every food is good. Like it's really, really good. But as Donieve said, one of my favorites is Javanese. The flavors are amazing. And
Yeah,
peanuts, you wouldn't think of it, but peanuts, they go with everything. I had brought back
yeah.
some home too, one holiday I was visiting, and they had jerk chicken, right? So I brought out the peanut sauce, and they're like, what is that? But when they tried it, they loved it on the jerk
Wait,
chicken.
wait, wait.
Everything.
Yeah.
You put their peanut sauce on
On
jerk
our
On the
chicken,
jerk chicken.
and
yes,
on our jerk chicken.
and
Yes.
they loved it. My family was
Yes.
like, first, no, that
Because
can't be good. They loved
yeah,
it.
it has that crunchy taste from the peanut with a little bit of
Right?
sweet and a pepper. It also has pepper in it, so
Yeah.
it bring out the taste in everything you're eating.
You know, I had a friend that introduced me to mango chutney
Mm-hmm.
on jerk chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people, and they're like, "What you doing? You spoil the jerk chicken." But I've tried it, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to coming down there, having some jerk chicken with the peanut sauce.
Yeah.
The jerk chicken would have to make at home because
Yeah, you won't
we
find
only
it.
know of one Jamaica restaurant was here, but we think that it's closed. So we
Oh,
normally make our own jerk chicken, but we use the same things what they have here in Suriname because those things we don't normally find here in supermarkets or so.
And if
Unless
you
we
do,
know
right.
somebody coming over and they bring some prawns.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when folks hear that you're making jerk chicken, them come pack up the house.
Everybody else is excited when we go to work. When me go work with my lunch I share. Share.
Renee, I'm going to start with you. Is there something unusual that you found in the cuisine there? Not I shouldn't even say unusual. Something that we would normally not look at, apart from the peanut sauce, as you said, that is eaten. We do our goated, right? Manish water and cow cod and all the. Is there something that you came upon there that you found very interesting?
So I wouldn't say it's strange. It's interesting for me. So Suriname has a lot of nature. We're in the Amazon literally, and there's a lot of wildlife. So there are a few different types of animals that are eaten here that I wouldn't think to eat. So it's been interesting exploring those.
Can you tell? Can you tell me one?
Okay, so you have like the wildcats. That was new. I had one accidentally. Then you have the marsupials,
Wait,
like a
wait. You had one meaning in your yard, or you had one to eat?
to eat accidentally. I didn't know what it was until I went and saw the paws on the counter. And I'm like, why are there paws? What is this? And then they showed it to me. I'm like, okay. Nice. So,
And you get these things in the market. You can buy them in the market. It's in
Oh
the
wow!
market. Yeah.
So back up there, Renee. What did the wildcat taste like?
I had seconds. So before I knew, I had seconds and it was delicious. But I felt really bad afterwards.
Donieve, what
Yeah.
unusual or interesting, I should say, interesting thing that you have come upon that is eaten there, and maybe you tried it?
No, I've never tried it. I've seen they eat it. It's a cross between a alligator and a crocodile. Then it's called
Cayman.
caiman.
Yeah.
So that thing they'll cook it and eat it. Tell you how delicious
Good.
it is. So
It
I've
tastes
never
good with
eaten
the
it,
peanut
but I've
sauce.
heard of it.
You have tried it, Renee?
It tastes good with the peanut sauce.
Oh, I've
Okay.
never eaten it. I've never.
Yeah. It's a
So
small crocodile or alligator. So they have it in Jamaica too.
I think it's a
Very small
crossbreed from
people.
both of them. It's called a caiman because it's looking exactly like the alligator or the crocodile, but
right.
it's smaller. It doesn't get so big as an alligator or crocodile. And they
Okay.
eat that thing here. They love it.
Oh, so it's like a national, almost like a national dish.
But yes, for them,
Yeah.
they like it here. Yes.
And you're like, no, I'm not touching this.
No.
I'm willing to try. I've tried alligator. I'm willing to try it.
Mhm.
Oh,
What about iguana?
I was gonna say that iguanas and the
yeah.
eggs and turtles. Sadly, those make me cry. But turtles as well. I think I also heard about monkeys, but I haven't seen it for myself.
Mm,
And they eat pingo. These are some things that they really find in the wild. Pingo and
wild
those
boar.
other things. But
what's a ping? Is a pingo a animal?
yes,
It's
it's
like
an animal.
yeah, it's a wild pig, a wild boar with tusks
Okay.
and everything.
Yeah.
And also a
Okay.
marsupial, they call it a conine. They call it bunny, but it's not a bunny. It's
Yeah,
Okay.
they call it
Yeah.
conine. Conine. But I think it's a rabbit or something like that. Looking like.
rabbits
So-
slash kangaroos.
So I know Jamaicans don't like lizard, but has anybody tried the iguana?
No. No. Oh,
All
but it's
right.
funny. They make soup from it. They eat it. They cook it. They make curry from it. A brown stew, and they eat it like no, not ham, but I'm not trying those things. No.
So
Yeah.
I am putting it out there. I am willing to try it one time. I'm willing to try some things one time.
Mhm.
The only thing I will not try is spring chicken. Not trying the frogs.
Mm.
So yes.
I'm more adventurous than all of you, it looks like.
Oh,
Oh,
you
so
have
you have
tried
tried
it.
it.
One time, yeah.
Oh.
Oh. And was it good?
The sauce was good.
Was it the
It's all
peanut
about the
sauce?
sauce, right?
You're right. It's all about the sauce. All about the sauce. Now, you mentioned there are some indigenous people there. Are there historic sites that were created by the indigenous people there that you visited or know of?
Um, these people, they are normally not from town, they're from the urban area. So if you do visit, there's a lot of things there to learn and do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by visit, that's like a hours boat ride into the Amazon, into the rainforest.
Yes, yes. To go to those sides of Suriname, it's gonna take you hours of driving and maybe then hours with boats. You also have to go with boats. You just can't
Mm,
drive for you reach here. You have to drive your park, then you take a boat like a taxi, and you could go for hours to other districts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
Suriname is huge.
Have you visited any of these like indigenous people's village or sites?
Mm, Renee, you have.
Not the Amerindians, but only for the maroon. I haven't been to where the for example the what do you call them, Tainos and Arawaks. You have a few of them here still, so I haven't visited those places.
O-
Not
Okay.
yet.
All right. All right. It sounds like it's on the bucket list, man,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yes, yes,
you'll
yes,
get
most
there
definitely.
at some
Mhm.
point. Your fruits, because when I think Amazon and I think Suriname and I'm thinking Lushan and so on. So you're
Yeah.
getting all the fruits that you normally get in Jamaica there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
The most important one is the mango. You're getting your mangoes.
Yeah, they have lots of different mangoes here. I'm a mango girl, and I'm telling you, the papaya mango. Oh my gosh, it's a version of an East Indian mango.
The smile on your face says it all.
Yes, the mangoes.
Mango season is our heaven.
Yes,
That's right. No.
mango season. Oh my gosh, you don't have to eat food. You can just eat mango all day. Yeah.
Well, that's good. But do they have like somebody may have a Julie mango tree or a East Indian mango tree or a Bombay mango tree or it's just
Bombay.
mango?
Oh gosh, I miss that. Oh
No,
no, it's a
they have.
different types.
Yeah,
Not
they
the ones
have
that
different
we have.
mangoes here. Hmm.
I see. All right. Now, how are Jamaicans viewed in your experience? I mean, you can't speak for everyone there, but how are they viewed? Donieve, you want to start?
Okay, in Suriname we're accepted because everybody love reggae music.
Yeah.
And once you have to do something and people realize that you're Jamaican, you become a family. And with me, I'm helped once they realize that hey, you're Jamaican, and everybody start telling about when they visited Jamaica and what they eat, what they drink, and how was it,
Yeah.
and when are you going back? We'd love to come to Jamaica. So I've got here. I have brother, I have sister, I have auntie, I have grandmother. I have everybody here. Everybody's here. You get a lot of family because of your nationality here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's been your experience, Renee?
It's the same.
Hmm.
On the radios here, you hear so much reggae and dancehall. It's
Hmm.
like you don't miss it. And then when you go out and people hear the accent, because they might hear you speaking English and think you're Guyanese, because Guyana is right there. But some people realize that okay, no, it's a different accent, it's
Yeah.
different English. And when they ask and you tell them, they're so if you see the look on their faces, they're so interested. They're asking questions, asking if you know Bob Marley and all these people. And they really like it. They ask you questions. They want to come visit, like Donieve said. They want to say,
Hmm.
okay, when are you going back? I want to come with
Hmm.
you this time.
Hmm.
Oh
It's really a
wow.
nice feeling.
Yeah.
Have you well, Renee, I know your husband knows Jamaica. Donieve, does your husband know Jamaica? I mean,
Oh
sorry,
yes,
fiance, sorry. No,
my
no.
fiance. Yes,
See, I'm
he
married in,
visited
I'm married
twice.
in, married in you off
Same
before,
here.
before the time, you know. We want to see that whole dance
That
welcome and
tradition.
everything and all that tradition. But yeah, has he seen Jamaica?
Oh yes, he has visited twice. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And the music you say is on the airwaves and
yeah,
it is just normal. That's
yeah.
would you say is it the dominant music there, or you have some, again, I don't know what's the traditional music in Suriname.
No, they have their local music, but still they love reggae and they accept reggae is like it's their own.
And you
But they
also
have
have
their local
dancehall
music
artists.
here, but reggae is widely accepted here.
Plus, the artists also sing dancehall and reggae type
And
music
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, Renee, I know you have an interesting business there. Talk to me a little bit about it. Because it's kind of amazing. You're there and it's kind of tied to the region to an extent.
Okay, so I created a business that focuses on natural ingredients for skincare. So I started it a few years ago, I think 2 years ago, to help my daughter with her skin problems that she was having. They're gone now. So I started creating products using ingredients from the region, so from the country itself. So also
Okay.
oils and fruits that are native to Suriname, I also use in my skincare line.
Okay. Do you have Instagram website? If anybody you want to, give it a shout out.
Yeah, so the company is called Kai Naturals Bath and Body. The website and Instagram handle and Facebook name is also Kai Naturals BB. So look it
Okay.
up and you'll see all the products we offer, all the information.
All right. Now we'll make sure we add it. We add it in the description, folks. So if you're watching, look out for it. Um, Donieve, you want to tell what are you into there?
Uh, Maybe after the pandemic, I'll try. I always want to help people or give back to my community.
Right.
So I
And
would
which you
try.
do, which let me back up a bit, folks, because
Mm,
Donieve
Yeah.
is the one that is, kind of has the Suriname Jamaica group going. She's the, she's the glue, kind of the glue there. And
mhm.
so she does give back to the community already. You
Yes.
may want to do it more, but she's already doing that by organizing and trying to keep people close together. So sorry, Donieve, but go ahead. I know you're talking a little bit.
Yes. In the future, I'd like um uh, to give back to my community. Over here, they just say it's a stick in where you can organize, you ask for sponsors, you get things. So I would love to do that in the future to give back to Jamaica and to my community.
All right.
Yeah. That
No,
was the main reason for opening this Facebook page too.
good, good. And I
Yes.
mean, I wouldn't have met you if it wasn't through that Facebook page.
Yes, yes.
So I'm glad you did. And here we are, you telling your story and Renee telling her story. Has there been like you all used to have an independence like party or something? Jamaica independence, or not yet, nothing formalized yet.
Not yet, not yet. The community is not so big.
It's a
Right.
There's
handful.
really a handful of Jamaican here, but I'm sure in the near future we could do something.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll come down. Again, I'm intrigued by the peanut sauce, so make sure I'm a jerk chicken and peanut sauce. Right?
definitely, definitely.
What would you say has been the biggest adjustment you had to make moving to Suriname? And I'm going to start with you, Renee.
Okay, so very tough question. So yeah, uh, one of the adjustments I had to make was mainly in terms of how I approach situations. Here, things are a bit calm and slow, and I'm someone who likes to go, 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 go. So I've had to adjust that type of, kind of match the pace here a bit, not too much, but a bit. So that would be the
Okay.
biggest adjustment, and also as well as the cultures. There's things that I didn't understand that differ between cultures, and now I'm still learning. It's a
Mm,
discovery every day, I tell you. So I'm still learning to adjust to being in such a diverse community. and how to interact with different cultures in one setting.
Okay.
Mhm.
Donieve.
Yes, the language, the language and the culture was my biggest adjustment. Yeah, because when you have to do something, if your partner is not there with you, you have to figure out, how am I gonna do this because of the different language. So you have to, not everybody is so fluent in English, but you can break it down and they'll help you. But as time go by, I learned, so I'm able to handle myself. Yeah,
More than handle than you.
yeah,
Me.
yeah.
Now, what's the cost of living like in Suriname? And if you could give an example of a medium restaurant and the meal, possibly in the US, if you want to use US dollars, what would the average meal be? So, as a measure for the cost of living.
Um, Cost of living here is a little bit better than Jamaica. Now with the pandemic and the economic crisis, is it a little bit on the expensive side. But you can still go out and you have a complete meal, maybe for less than a 50 US dollar or so.
So like
Yeah,
two persons to a
yeah,
family.
Two people.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's gotten a bit different here because I've been here for like almost 5 years, and since then the exchange rate inflation has been crazy. The devaluation of the local Surinamese dollar is has been insane. It has devalued by like 300%.
Yeah,
So a lot of things are getting more difficult.
yeah.
Mm, wow. Okay. All right. Now, what would you say you really enjoy about Suriname? You know, maybe that this is my thing. You know, on a Friday, I love to just go here so and hang here. So, or it might be I love this long drive to this particular place, or I just, what is it you absolutely love? I start with you, Donnie.
Oh my God, the nature of Suriname. Oh my God, to just drive out of town. You go yeah, you don't have to go all the way to the urban area, but the drive and what you see, it's something else. The peace and quiet, it's something else. I really like that about Suriname. Even sometimes when I'm home, because I have some ribena trees in the back, and just to hear the birds, or they just float in the morning, and I love that. I love nature. I love connecting with nature. So that for me is, I enjoy that. And
All
the
right.
water here, I'm not a really a water fan, and their water is they call most of, they have a creek here. They call it a Coca-Cola Creek, because their water is like the Coca-Cola color, and they told me that is because of the leaves that fell in the water, and it settled, so it get a brown look on it, because 90% of Suriname is covered with bush. So yeah, that's, or it's green. Let me say it's green. So that's what gives the water that color.
Right.
And they have
All
some
right.
things they call sula and those things. So it's nice. It's nice. It's something
Renee.
different from Jamaica. Very different from Jamaica. Very
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Renee, what do you absolutely say? I love.
It's the same. The nature. It's. I'm a fan of anything green, and it's a beautiful country. It has so many diverse forestry, plants, animals. So just as she said, just driving out a bit, it shows it just relaxing and calming. It's a beautiful place. They have the sulas or the rapids that are more to the interior. It's really nice. I've also, in terms of wait, I have had my family come here, for example, and they were woken up by the sounds of tropical birds and monkeys making sounds in the evening or the early morning. So it's unreal. The experience is just unreal in terms of
Mhm.
nature.
It's something different from Jamaica. Totally different. Yeah.
It's like Portland, but much more dense and much more lush with
Oh,
animals.
so Portland plus plus.
Plus plus much more.
Yeah.
If there's a time of the year or an event or a place that you would say, Xavier, if you come, or any other viewers watching, if you come to Suriname, come this time of the year, or go to this event, or go to that place, what would that be for each of you. I'm going to start with Donieve.
Okay, I would recommend Christmas. Christmas here is something else. It's something you'd really like to experience because closing off the old year, going to the new year. Then the streets in Suriname, in the town, is not for cars. It's for people walking and dancing and enjoying themselves. So Christmas in Suriname for me is the best time of year.
All
Yeah.
right. Renee?
No, I agree with her. What's it called? Ori. I'm gonna butcher their language. Oriari. It's like the end of the new year to the end of the old year and the transition to the new year. Streets are filled. There are parades. There's a lot of fireworks and
Mm-hmm.
the ones that make noise. I forget what you call those. Crackers, firecrackers, the loud
Clappers.
ones. Clappers. Yes, thank you. A lot of that. And then as it strikes midnight, the streets empty. You don't see anybody again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So unlike Jamaica, where when it's midnight, it's time to watch stuff and head out.
Right, right.
Yeah. You get the chance here to do that at home. You make your own firework at home.
Yeah.
We won't touch that one.
Yeah.
No, listen, ladies, Donieve, Renee, thank you very much for telling us your story and giving us some insight into Suriname, kind of winding it down. I'm going to give you a scenario. You take a plane, fly to Jamaica, you land. What's that first thing you're doing when you get to Jamaica? I'll
Give me
start
my-
with. Go ahead, Donieve.
Because I'm so longing to eat it. Give me my patty, please. Give me my patty, and I'm longing to drink some coconut water, some nice, refreshing coconut water. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Renee.
For me, I miss the sea, so I'm going straight to Hellshaw or someplace like that. I need some seafood and I need to feel the sand, real sand, under my toes and see the blue waters.
A sea
Yeah.
bath.
They
Yeah.
have lots of fish here, but trust me, nothing like the fishes in Jamaica. Best fish ever tasted. Yeah.
So, and there's 8 languages you all mentioned this. So I know I'm putting you on the spot because Renee is like, I butcher somewhere at some time. And Donieve, you look like you probably have a little handle. How do you say goodbye in the most informal way or whatever language in Suriname? So I don't know if the tribe that Renee, your husband is, have it said differently than Donieve's fiance's tribe says it.
In they normally say later. Later.
Lata,
Later.
lata,
Later.
like later.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
like
that.
later. Yeah. That's in one of their language. In Dutch, they'll say it another way too.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, ladies, thank you again for sharing your story. And lata.
yeah.
You do it.
Show some love now. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss a video.